What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday, and in today's video we are going over the cryptids of Nebraska. Honestly, I should probably say we are going over the cryptid of Nebraska because though I'm positive Bigfoot is in Nebraska, no one's doing articles on it, and no one's doing articles on anything else that may or may not be out there. I mean, there were melon heads, there were like weird sightings of birds. All I found was one, and it's over a lake monster, and yeah. So this is the cryptid of Nebraska, apparently the only one worth writing about. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop comments down below with anything you want me to cover in the future, as well as turn on those notification bells so you never miss another Cryptid Saturday. And let's get into the article. Today's article comes from pinebarreninstitute.org. Please go over there and show them some love. Cryptid profile: the Akali Lake Monster, aka the Walgren Lake Monster. Located in western Nebraska and just a few miles from the town of Hay Springs, there sits a 50-acre body of water known as Walgren Lake, formerly known as Akali Lake. This lake sits in the middle of the Walgren State Recreational Area and is considered by many to be special, as it is home to what many believe is Nebraska's only resident lake monster. The first credible sighting of the monster occurred in 1923 and involved a man by the name of J.A. Johnson. According to Johnson, he and two friends were camping next to the lake when they spotted an enormous creature moving through the water. Curious, the men approached the shoreline and watched in awe of a beast 20 yards away that they described as being nearly 40 feet in length, a dull gray-brown in color, possessing one horn on its head and somewhat resembling an oversized alligator. As the men stood in silence on the shore, staring at the unknown creature swimming before them, the monster let out a powerful roar and immediately dove back down beneath the surface. Amazed, Johnson and his companions returned home and told of their encounter to all who would listen, including a reporter from the Omaha World-Herald. After Johnson's story spread, other articles regarding the lake monster began to appear in other newspapers around the United States. One such article appeared in the Evening Independent, a Florida newspaper from St. Petersburg, which told of a fishing club in Nebraska that was preparing to go to war with the beast. According to their source, the club had purchased a load of harpoons and even a whaling gun in order to kill the beast. A whaling gun? How big did they think this thing was? Other newspaper articles talked of how an unfortunate group of tourists were chased from the water by the beast after a day of swimming. The reporter claims that the locals of the area had grown tired of the monster attacking swimmers and eating their livestock, and that they begged the town of Hay Springs to destroy the beast once and for all. The town obliged, but every attempt to find and kill the monster of the lake ended in failure. Now, a monster attacking swimmers, killing livestock, and interrupting the daily lives of those living around the lake has got to be based in some sort of truth, right? Why would newspapers from all over the country run stories on it if it wasn't even the smallest bit true? You know, because newspapers aren't known for exaggerating the truth in the slightest, right? Well, the answer to those questions are actually pretty simple. The reason is because of a single newspaper reporter, John G. Maher, a sensationalist writer for newspapers all across the East Coast. Maher was in the business of creating fictitious articles for multiple papers in order to boost business and generate more sales. And let's be serious, what is better at bringing in new money than a story of a monster terrorizing innocent people? Not much. While many consider John G. Maher to be the main mastermind behind the Akali Lake monster, there are still those who swear the beast is real. They state that the indigenous people who lived around the lake would often encounter the monster and would even document it in their writings, but no substantial proof of this has ever been found. The earliest account of the lake monster can always be traced back to 1923, the same time that Mr. Maher was busy earning a living with his famous folk story. After the story took on a life of its own, many other individuals looking to profit from its success came out of the woodwork. These witnesses offered everything from stories of encounters all the way to photographic proof. One such photo, as seen above, was created in the 1950s and is currently in the possession of Nebraska State Historical Society. Photo shows what is supposed to be the monster of Akali Lake about to attack an unfortunate victim while fleeing in his car, but in reality the photo is nothing more than a mud puppy or on some sand posing for his big break in the animal modeling world. I think that it's a hoax, guys. Well, let me rephrase this, okay? I'm very positive that Maher made all the rest of the stuff up, okay? Now, Native Americans having stories of creatures and cryptids is very common, and unfortunately, I don't think that they said there's any actual proof of that with this particular one. But, you know, if there was something in the lake, they would have known about it. Now, what I think the guys actually saw was probably like a deer or something swimming with antlers from like a distance, and, you know, it probably let out some kind of a cry, and they misheard it. So if it's true, that's what I think that is. All the rest of it, I'm fairly positive was made up by this mayor guy. But honestly, this is literally Nebraska's only cryptid that was worth writing about, apparently. So I'm just going to give it to him. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All that being said, though, guys, please remember to follow me on my social medias. Hit that like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next Saturday for Cryptid Saturdays.